So we spent most of this morning and afternoon just kind of relaxing at the hotel. It was nice. We had breakfast. I had a meeting for work, which was not so nice. But now we are about to go out to Fuengirola. We have some dinner reservations, and then we're going to walk around and see the town. How were those?
Really good.
They were really good. Very salty, but good. Alright, so I got the swordfish. Catherine got the salmon caracora. Alright, just got done with dinner, and now we're off to see a few more things, walking around Fuengirola. Fuengirola is a city that's steeped in history. It was founded thousands of years ago by the Phoenicians and eventually taken over by the Romans. Like most of southern Spain, it was conquered by the Moors in the 8th century. Now Fuengirola's main source of income is tourism. One of its greatest features is this 10-kilometer long beach that runs the entire length of the town. On most of this beach, there's a beautiful promenade which we were able to walk down. At the end of this promenade, we came upon our first attraction that we wanted to see here. Alright, so we just walked down the promenade here. You can tell it's pretty windy right on the sea. And then we got to our location, which is this Castle Sohail. I think we're saying that right. But it's actually closed right now. It's closed on Mondays. But it's a 10th century castle, so pretty old. But it's actually used right now for a lot of events and concerts and things like that. So you can see it right on the hill here, Spanish flag flying high. From this old Umayyad castle, we made our way down closer to the city center. On the way, we passed one of the great landmarks of the city, the Plaza de Toros. This bullfighting ring still hosts several events and still holds its place as one of the important centers of the city. Directly next to the Plaza de Toros is the Biopark Fuengirola. This zoo is rather small and fairly expensive to get in compared to other attractions in the area. However, it is always highly rated as a great zoo to go to for families. Given the time of day and the heat we were experiencing, we decided to pass on going to the zoo. Instead, we made our way through a shaded park and alleyway to one of the city's central squares. On this square sits the Parroquia de Nuestra Señora del Rosario, which is the parish of Our Lady of the Rosary. This church is a beautiful landmark in this central square. While we were here, we decided to stop at one of the many cafes to grab a drink before moving on. Taking a much-needed reprieve from the heat, gonna get some cervezas. Cervezas is served. While these drinks were good, the food offered at this restaurant wasn't quite to our liking. So we decided to pick up and move to another square and try another restaurant. What do you think of their croquettes?
You know, I don't think I like that.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a paste.
Yeah. Well, and then how's the goat cheese
The goat
ball?
cheese I like.
Okay.
We had,
I haven't tried my goat cheese ball yet. I gave Catherine 2 because I'm such a wonderful person.
you can have more of the croquettes.
Yeah. All right, we're on our way back. It was a good day. Hot, but good. The next morning, we decided we would try to go to one of the more interesting attractions in the nearby city of Benalmádena, the Teleférico. Teleférico is the Spanish word for cable car. All right, so we are, here we go. So we are on a cable car up to the top of a mountain here.
Only way to travel.
They're talking to us. No idea what they're saying.
Well, you can hit the British thing.
I did, and it didn't do anything.
Welcome.
Oh. The condition of the cable cars were quite good, and it was actually a very smooth ride on our way up to the peak of Mount Calamorro. All along the way, we heard intriguing commentary on the area, as well as the history of the cable car itself. So I'm not sure we realized we were going to go this high, but we'll actually be over 700 meters over sea level, which is up there. How's your 15-minute ride so far?
It's been amazing.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Great views. Well, of course we're on the side of a mountain now, but there's great views back there. All right, we're at the top. Take a look at that view. Beautiful. From the top of Mount Calamorro, you can see all the way over to Malaga and Fuengirola in the other direction. You can also see through the mountains to the north of Spain as well. In addition to hiking maps and guides and a restaurant on top of the mountain, they also host a birds of prey show. The way up to the very top of Mount Calamorro was quite steep, but luckily there were railings and stone paths that we could take. The total hike up took about 20 minutes. We made it, but it's hot.
Yeah. And steep.
On our way back down to the cable car, we saw another path that went a different direction. We decided to follow that to see where it would lead. So we walked to one of the ends of the trails that nobody seemed to be on, and we found this awesome little shelter, and it's a viewpoint because it has an amazing view. I don't know why anybody else isn't up here. The views here were absolutely spectacular, and the paths were in great condition. There are also several miles of other paths that wind through these mountains.
We also found that this path was a lot easier to walk. A couple of steps, but nowhere near as steep as the one to get all the way up there. So if you don't want to go all the way up there, this path gives you just as good of a view, I think. And it's nice because it's covered.
Once you get off the cable car, you just go down around to the main viewpoint area and then just keep going down that path instead of going up the hill. Alright, we're on our way back down the mountainside. And it's kind of windy if you can hear that. But it's actually really nice because it's getting pretty warm out. So what were your impressions of it, Catherine?
I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
Great views.
Yeah, for sure. Really nice, and the paths that we went on were all They had all had guardrails and
Yeah.
steps and things like that. A little bit slippery in some areas. The stones were pretty slippery, but yeah, overall a good experience for sure. With most of the day behind us, we decided to go down to the beach and get a bite to eat.
All right, so our first course tonight at this lovely restaurant along the beach is gazpacho. It's hard for me to say, which is basically just a cold vegetable soup. So we're excited to try it because it's a specialty here. And we also just burned our fingers on the warm bread.
Nope.
Normally bread is not warm here.
I really want it.
Yeah. And we love the paella so much that we had the other night, we had to order it again at this other restaurant. So we're excited to dig into it.
Yes. All right, we're down here just walking on the beach outside our resort. It's beautiful out here. It's a little chilly, and the water is actually really cold.
Yeah.
But it's still really nice. We had a great time in Fuengirola, and we had an awesome time on the cable car and hiking up Mount Calamorro. We would definitely recommend these locations if you come down to Malaga. If you haven't already, be sure to check out the other videos in our Spain series in the link down below. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.